Why don't Florida forts ever play hide and seek? Because they always fortify their position. Welcome, history enthusiasts and curious minds alike. We're about to dive into a journey through time, visiting the 5 must-see historical forts in the Sunshine State. We'll explore Castillo de San Marcos, Fort Barrancas, Fort Zachary Taylor, Fort Jefferson, and Fort King. Each one holds a unique story, whispering tales of the past. So buckle up as we embark on this historical journey through the top 5 forts in Florida. First on our list is the oldest stone fortress in North America, Castillo de San Marcos. Now, if you're a history enthusiast, you might already know a thing or two about this grand old fort. But let's dive into its rich past, shall we? Constructed by the Spanish in the late 17th century, the Castillo de San Marcos served as a fortification against the looming threat of British attacks. The fort is a testament to the Spanish Empire's strategic prowess and their mastery of military architecture. Its star-shaped design, a common feature in 17th century military fortifications, was specifically chosen to counter cannon attacks and provide a wide field of fire. The fort is built with a unique limestone called coquina. This material, made up of millions of tiny shells, had a surprising advantage in warfare. Instead of shattering upon impact, the coquina walls would absorb and deflect cannonballs, making the fort nearly impervious to enemy artillery. Over the centuries, Castillo de San Marcos witnessed many significant events that shaped the course of American history. It stood strong during the numerous British sieges in the early 1700s. It served as a military prison during the Second Seminole War, and later during the Civil War, it was a focal point of contention between the Union and Confederate forces. But the fort's history isn't just about battles and sieges. It's also a story of cultures clashing and blending over centuries. From the Spanish and Native Americans to the British and the Americans, many have left their mark on this historic site, contributing to the rich tapestry of cultural heritage that Castillo de San Marcos represents today. Fast forward to the present day, and Castillo de San Marcos is a national monument, open to the public for exploration and learning. Walking through its historic halls and ramparts, you can almost feel the echoes of the past resonating around you. With its rich history and remarkable architecture, Castillo de San Marcos is a must-visit for any history buff. So, if you find yourself in sunny Florida, make sure to add this historic gem to your itinerary. It's not just a visit to a fort, it's a journey through time. Next up, we have Fort Barrancas, also known as the Fort of 5 Flags. Now that's a nickname that'll pique your curiosity. This fort, nestled on the bluffs overlooking Pensacola Bay in Florida, has been under the control of 5 different powers throughout its history. The Spanish, French, British Confederacy, and the United States have all staked their claim on this strategic location. Let's start by taking a step back into the late 17th century. The first fortification here was constructed by the Spanish, who recognized the strategic importance of the area. However, their hold was short-lived, as the French managed to seize control of the fort in the early 18th century. The British then took over in the mid-18th century, strengthening the fortifications. As history would have it, the fort fell back into Spanish hands in the late 18th century, only to be captured by the United States in the early 19th century. Finally, during the Civil War, it was held by Confederate forces, before being recaptured by the United States. Throughout its history, Fort Barrancas has played a pivotal role in numerous conflicts, but its involvement in the Civil War stands out. The fort was a significant Confederate stronghold and was the site of several key battles. Its location overlooking Pensacola Bay made it a critical defensive point, and the fort's well-preserved structures bear testament to its military significance. One of the most intriguing features of Fort Barrancas is its underground tunnel. This tunnel was designed for moving soldiers and supplies without being seen by enemy forces. It's a testament to the strategic planning and design that went into the construction of this fort. From Spanish conquistadors to Confederate soldiers, Fort Barrancas has seen it all. Its layers of history are tangible, and the stories that echo through its tunnels and fortifications are a reminder of the changing hands and shifting powers that have shaped not only this fort, but the history of Florida and the United States. Now let's travel to the southernmost point of the continental U.S., home to Fort Zachary Taylor. Nestled in the beautiful Key West, Florida, Fort Zachary Taylor stands as a testament to America's rich and diverse history. Constructed in the mid-19th century, this fort has seen its fair share of action. From the Civil War to the Spanish-American War, this fort has been a significant player in shaping the course of our nation's history. During the Civil War, Fort Zachary Taylor remained under Union control, a stronghold in the South. It was a vital naval base that played a significant role in the Union's blockade strategy, aimed to cut off the Confederate supply lines. The fort's cannons, some of which can still be seen today, were instrumental in maintaining this blockade. Fast forward a few decades to the Spanish-American War, and you'll find Fort Zachary Taylor once again at the forefront of battle. The fort served as an important staging area for the U.S. Navy, with its strategic position providing a launch point for operations in the Caribbean. But Fort Zachary Taylor isn't just about war and conflict. Its picturesque location right on the edge of the Gulf of Mexico makes it a popular spot for beachgoers. With its white sandy beaches and crystal clear waters, it's easy to see why. The fort's park offers a unique blend of history and natural beauty, with opportunities for snorkeling, birdwatching, and picnicking, and let's not forget about the fort itself. A walk through its historic halls is like stepping back in time. Its well-preserved architecture offers a glimpse into the past, allowing us to appreciate the fortitude and resilience of those who built and defended it. So, if you're in the mood for some history along with your beach day, Fort Zachary Taylor is the place to be. It's more than just a fort, it's a tangible piece of our nation's history, a monument to our past, and a beautiful escape into nature. A visit to this historic site is sure to leave you with a deeper appreciation for the journey our nation has taken and the battles fought along the way. Our next stop is the isolated yet impressive Fort Jefferson. Imagine a fortress, a colossal structure built on an island far off the coast of Florida. That's Fort Jefferson, an awe-inspiring monument of history that sits on Garden Key in the dry Tortugas, about 70 miles west of Key West. The fort's remote location gives it an air of mystery and intrigue, and its history is just as captivating. Built in the mid-19th century, Fort Jefferson was one of the most ambitious projects of its time. Constructing a fort of this magnitude in such a remote location was no easy task. With no fresh water supply on the island, every drop of water and every brick, nearly 16 million in total, had to be shipped in. Despite these challenges, the fort stood strong, a testament to the determination and ingenuity of those who built it. The fort was more than just a military stronghold. During the Civil War, it served as a prison for Union deserters. Perhaps the most famous prisoner was Dr. Samuel Mudd, the physician who treated John Wilkes Booth's broken leg after he assassinated President Abraham Lincoln. Mudd was sentenced to life imprisonment at Fort Jefferson for his alleged involvement in the conspiracy. But Fort Jefferson's story doesn't end there. Despite its remote location and challenging conditions, the fort was used well into the 20th century. It was even designated as a national monument in 1935, preserving its history for generations to come. Today, visitors can explore the fort's massive walls, its historic prison cells, and the breathtaking views of the surrounding ocean. It's a journey back in time, to an era of conflict and innovation, of hardship and endurance. Though remote, the journey to Fort Jefferson is well worth the effort. This fortress, standing strong against the elements, serves as a fascinating glimpse into our nation's past and a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. Last but not least, we have Fort King, a fort with a tumultuous past. Nestled in the heart of Ocala, Florida, Fort King stands as a silent witness to the trials and tribulations of the Sunshine State's early history. Now let's delve into the annals of time and explore the story of this historic site. Fort King was built by the United States Army in the early 19th century, during the period of tension and conflict between the Seminole tribe and the U.S. government. This fort played a significant role in the Seminole Wars, serving as a military post and ground zero for some of the most intense battles of that era. In the Second Seminole War, Fort King was the setting for the assassination of Indian agent Wiley Thompson by the Seminole chief Osceola, an event that sparked a fierce conflict. The fort was also the launch point for many military expeditions during these wars, making it a key player in the tides of battle. However, the passage of time was not kind to Fort King. After the wars, the fort was abandoned and fell into disrepair. For many years it was all but forgotten, its once formidable structure reduced to ruins. But don't despair, history buffs. The story of Fort King doesn't end there. In the 21st century, dedicated preservation efforts have breathed new life into this historic site. Today, the fort has been reconstructed, offering visitors the chance to step back in time and experience a slice of Florida's past firsthand. Fort King now serves as a National Historic Landmark with a visitor center and museum that showcases artifacts from the Seminole Wars. The fort's history is brought to life through reenactments and educational programs, providing a unique learning experience for all who visit. The tale of Fort King is one of conflict, abandonment, and resurrection. It's a testament to the enduring spirit of history and the power of preservation. A visit to Fort King offers a sobering reminder of Florida's turbulent past. And there you have it, folks. The top 5 must-see forts in the Sunshine State. Each fort, a unique page in Florida's history book. If you enjoyed this historical exploration, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and share this video with your fellow history enthusiasts. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.